Hello, Eva.
Hello.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Nice seeing you too.
Yes. How did you get to know of us?
Well, one day my son calls me and said, I think that there is a song about you and your sister Miriam written in German. I don't know enough German, but they are running the song with written up statements on the screen that says your tattoo number and Miriam's tattoo number. So I am sure it's about you, but I don't know German. So I said, send it to me. Of course, I realized it was absolutely correct because you talked about forgiveness and you talked about the angel of death. And I said, well, that's interesting that a German metal rock band is interested in my story. Suddenly all these metal rock bands are coming out of the woodwork. So that was the third rock band that was somehow interested in my life or story. And it was beautiful music. I listened to the music and the words were very, very well written. So we wanted to contact you and that's what we did. So then we heard back. And then, because I was coming to Germany anyway, I thought it would be nice to meet.
Thank you very much. Can you tell our fans something about your principle of forgiveness?
Very simple. When people say, why forgive the Nazis, I right away ask, do I have the right to be free from what the Nazis imposed on my life? And of course everybody says yes. I said, how on earth will I accomplish that? I found that by forgiving them, I have lifted the burden of pain from my shoulders. I also got back my own independence, freedom, and the power. I mean, I have the power over my own life. That was very, very important to me because all victims of all sorts, what they experience as victims, they feel hopeless, helpless, powerless. And I discovered that I had one power to forgive. And that was very, very important to me to use that power. And when I decided to forgive Dr. Munch, I realized that by using that power, I could free myself. And so that is ultimately became a mission. I did not start out trying to heal the world because I didn't know even that I had that power. But once I discovered it and the more I learned about it and the more I talked about it and people wrote me letters that it helped them, the more I realized that it can help others too. So I wrote a book and I wrote another book and we did documentaries and we are working on other documentaries. And now we did the BuzzFeed video that appeared about 2 weeks ago about forgiveness, and it was really, really amazing to realize that almost 150 million, not people, million, were viewing it and were very interested. So I think that the idea, I like to simply say, I want to teach the world to heal, because forgiveness definitely heals. Do you agree?
Yes, of course. For me, it is very important what I've learned from your, I might say, teaching. Have you an advice for our fans?
Well, anybody who right now suffers from anything that they felt that somebody victimized them or hurt them, you cannot change it. I want you to understand that the biggest tragedy about being a victim There is nothing you can do to change that. But I want you to take a piece of paper and pen and write a letter to the person or persons who harmed you or hurt you. At the end of that letter, you must state the words, I forgive you, and mean the words, not just empty words. Once you do that, do not mail the letter to the people who hurt you, because that is a toxic relationship and it will never work. The letter is for you to remember that you have done that and you are free. And if it works for you, I would appreciate very much if you pass it on, that simple idea, to somebody else. Because the world is filled with very sick and unhappy people who could use a little help. And the nice idea about forgiveness doesn't cost a penny. It doesn't cost a shilling. It doesn't cost a mark. It's free. So everybody can afford it. It works. And I would like you to give yourself a chance and see if it will help you.
And Lasterbalk, the writer of our lyrics, couldn't be here tonight. So maybe you have something to say about the text he wrote for him.
I am very, very excited and pleased. I love the words; they match beautifully. A lot of meaningful words. Fly away with me to the stars. I will take you to the stars to show you a better world. Or Vergebung is wunderbar. Perfect. I agree with these words 100%. Couldn't be better words because forgiving is wonderful. The wunderbar matches forgiveness perfectly. And I am excited in the way these words came up. I am sure it took a while for him to match everything, but that did work very well, and it could be used in many, many instances for people. And I think that, do you advertise your song? Do you sing it to anybody?
Yeah, we published it on one of our records.
Oh, you did?
Yes, yeah, of course. And we played it live in front of a huge audience, and they are just watching this program. And because
and what was the response?
It was from some people started to cry, some people got quite sad, but because of the feeling this song just emanates when you hear it. Yeah. And now that we have the chance to meet you in person, the person that inspired us to write this song, which is for a German band, as you said, a very difficult.
A difficult topic.
Yes, a very difficult topic because our past is difficult for Germans. But what you said about forgiveness is the way it works for me to handle my past.
But you're not responsible for what somebody did, which is the past of Germany. You're only responsible of how you react to it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. And for a moment, this is something I really want to do. Liebe Leute, wenn ihr es nicht schon gelesen habt, dann besorgt euch dieses Buch, lest es euch durch, habt viel Freude damit und schaut euch bitte die jetzt von Bruder Frank eingeblendete Homepage von Eva Kor an und ihrem Candles Museum, Buch, Museum, weitere von ihren Clips auf YouTube, schaut es euch bitte an.
Documentary coming up.
Ja, und es wird einen ganz, ganz großartigen Dokumentarfilm geben, der gerade während wir hier sitzen, quasi auch gedreht wird.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah. Eva A7063.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you, Eva. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank
I'm
you.
very honored. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And we meet each other again, maybe
Sure,
next year.
sure.
Yeah? Okay. Take care.